Before I started recording this video, literally just a couple of hours ago, I was on my very first official basketball game. And I couldn't be more excited, right? After what felt like years of trying to earn my spot to the team, I finally managed to do it. Couldn't be more happy, right? So I make my way to the court, I get into the locker room, and I look around, the guys who are there, and I quickly realize everybody in that room, literally everybody, every single other player who was in that locker room was at least a head taller than me, if not more. Because I'm 5'7", right? 5'7", average height around the whole world. But an average basketball player, these motherfuckers are way over 6 feet. An average. These guys are tall as fuck. And it's not like I'm a small person myself. No. I've been lifting weights for over a year. It's just that the height difference alone made me feel like I was a peanut. It made me feel like I was tiny. But anyway, before it was my team's turn to play, we got to watch other teams play. And that's when shit hit the fan. That's when I quickly realized, wait a minute. Everybody here is better than me. And I started to have all these negative thoughts in my head and shit. That didn't matter. It was finally my turn to play. We started running a play. I get myself open. I get the ball. First 2 dribbles. Make a layup. Scored my first point. Yay! I was so happy for myself. Then a couple of minutes later, another layup. At that moment, I already had 4 points, and I was so happy for myself. But then things took a turn. As I tried to catch the ball, I accidentally knocked it out of bounds. And when I turned around, I saw the team captain. And he was furious. He gave me that type of look that you give when you want to fucking kill somebody. He stared at me like, I do not look serious when I do that shit. He stared me down like a demon with this like angered look in his eyes. And you know what's especially scary? Because it's always scary when somebody shouts at you. It's especially scary when somebody looks mean as fuck and they say something very calmly. That's when shit hit the fan. And I remember he looked at me and he said something in the lines of, "You are such a fucking idiot." And I remember, usually I don't get offended by shit like this, but that moment, when the stakes were high, when the game was even, I almost shot myself. I was terrified. From that moment, everything took a turn. Every time I missed a layup, I missed a jump shot, it would double the effect of doing worse. And I didn't realize it back then at the time. When I came back home from the event, I started to think about what happened. We ended up winning the game, by the way, don't worry. I started to think about what happened. That's when I instantly realized something. You see, all of these things that happen around us, all of these things in the physical realm, they don't have as much effect. Barely as much. Not even close, proportionally, to the amount of effect the mental does to us. Does that make sense? Think of your average sleep. Fuck it, that's a good example. You know how sometimes you have a 10-hour sleep, but when you wake up you feel all groggy and you feel like shit. You feel like you've been barely sleeping. You don't want to get up. But then there are days when you slept for 4 hours, 5 hours. You feel fucking amazing. You're ready to conquer the world. This just proves that stuff like this doesn't have as much impact on our mental health as the actual mental side of things. Let's go back to the beginning of the story. When I was making shots, when everybody was cheering me up, that's when I scored more. When my mindset about the whole event was positive, that's when I did better. But when things took a turn, when the team captain shouted his ass on me, when every single mistake I made hurt double. When I was overthinking everything, it was because I was overthinking all of these things that I performed worse. Listen, your mindset, and I know this might sound cliche, whatever, your mindset plays the most important role in your confidence. Because if you don't feel like you can do something, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. If your mind isn't into it, your body's not going to be into it. The way you handle this type of pressure is you need to realize this is your one fucking opportunity to do something. To do that thing, you need to throw all of that bullshit out the window and just lock in. This is your one fucking chance to get that thing. The more you overthink something, the worse you will perform. The more worries you have in your head. I'm running out of words to say. Oh, I know what I can tell you. This will be officially the 4th time I say it in one of my videos, but this example, one of my greatest inventions on this channel. Your brain, it's like a balloon. It's like a water balloon, right? Water represents the pressure you have in your mind. It represents all the negative thoughts, the bullshit. It's all the bullshit that you have in your mind. What happens to a balloon when there's too much water? There becomes a moment when it pops. It pops. And that's what you're doing. By filling yourself with these negative emotions, well, the balloon's getting closer to pop. And when it pops, you can't do shit. Popping is the face of defeat. What you need to do is you need to start opening the little gap in the fucking balloon. You need to release some of that pressure. You need to give some space for the water to come out. In simple words, all you need to do is just grab all of these negative emotions you have out of the window, yoink them out, take a deep breath. That's a good point. That's a good advice. Take a deep fucking breath and just lock in. Because if you don't focus right now in the present moment and you don't take the opportunity you are given, I'm really stuttering today. This is your one shot to do it. Your one fucking opportunity. Why not take it? Why not just take it? Why are you constantly overthinking shit? The richest people in the world, they aren't thinkers. They're the doers. The most successful people in the world, they're never the thinkers. It's always the doers. You don't have to be fucking smart to be good at something. It's always the bold who succeed. Fortune favors the bold. The more you overthink something, the worse you'll do. This is the 20th time I said it today, but fuck it. I need to implant this bullshit into your brain so that you remember it. If this video helped you and you'd love to hear more advice like this, make sure to let me know in the comments because we should spread this message further into the world. And if you want to talk to me directly, fuck it, join the Discord. How often do you see a YouTuber saying to you directly that he's active in his own Discord server? Most of the motherfuckers just throw their Discord in there so you can join and be their little ant. We are building a fucking community here. And I want you to be the contributor. Not just another number in my Discord server. Let's make this a movement, a tribe of people who want to genuinely help each other. If you resonate with this advice, click the button, comment, join the Discord, whatever, suck my balls. I'll see you in the next one.